What's up, everybody? Back with another YouTube video. Today, I'm going to be putting on my work hat. For those of you who do not know, I am a cybersecurity incident responder and threat hunter. That's what I do for my day-to-day job to pay the bills. So today, we're going to be talking about the respawn hack and what occurred with that. So for those of you who don't know a little background, on 317, Apex Legends was hacked. Subsequently, Respawn was hacked. And we saw a malicious actor grant cheats, mainly aimbot and walling the two known pros in the environment in the game. So after that, the game was in an uproar. ALGS was canceled, and they said they're going to move it until they can remediate the issues. So immediately after that, everyone kind of jumped onto Easy Anti Cheat to say, okay, what's going on here? And it came to light that there is the ability to get remote code execution inside the respawn environment. What that means is, as a malicious actor, I can run arbitrarily any code, any script, and put any malware onto realistically any asset that is connecting into the respawn environment. So not good. That is kind of one of the main goals of an attacker is to either get something like domain admin, enterprise admin, remote code execution into an environment so that you can either have a foothold in the environment or so you can drop a payload into the environment, whatever it may be. It's not good, TLDR. I want to talk about easy anti-cheat. It is a kernel level anti-cheat. That and BattleEye are very similar. The main difference in anti-cheats out there now is Vanguard, which is Riot's anti-cheat, which is also a kernel anti-cheat. But the main difference between these two is Vanguard starts up at operating system startup. When I boot my PC, the OS loads, so does Vanguard's application. It starts up along with the same process. Easy anti-cheat is a kernel level driver that starts up once you launch the game application. There's a lot of implications about why do this and why do this. Mainly, I believe Riot's statement is we want to make sure there's no malware on the PC on startup so that you can't load something and then boot Valorant and have malicious cheats and hacks loaded into the PC that then it can't detect. Outside of that, though, those are the big differences between the two of those things. We're not going to get into which one's better, why this is sketchy and shady if a malicious actor were to get access to this. And we're not going to dive into Easy Anti Cheat. Easy Anti Cheat, EAC, how we'll refer to them for future reference, just came out with a tweet saying that they investigated the claims of RCE in their environment and their software, and they said it did not come from them after investigation. Quick pause. We don't know more about Easy Anti Cheat. We can't. I mean, we can ask, we can tweet at them, whatever it may be, but we have to take their word for it at this time. And they said at this time, big asterisks here. In the next coming days, could we see them reel that back and say, hey, we investigated, we found something that we did not find on the first investigation? Yes, that could happen. One of the main things in hacks and breaching is not alerting alarms. So you want to have tradecraft. You want to not set off um, antivirus, EDRs, things of that nature that are looking for malicious actors in the environment. So that's a main thing to do tradecraft is to look like normal processes, look like normal applications, whatever it may be inside of an environment. But right now we have to take their word for it that it's not them after their initial investigation and triage and incident response plan. So now we all need to look at Respawn, Apex, and their environment. We do know that someone did breach and was able to do RCE on in Respawn's environment. That is fact. We all saw it live on Twitch at the LGS. That happened. So the question is, how did they get in? Unknown to us right now. And do they have persistence to do this right now? Or has Respawn locked down and stopped the ability for this bad actor to be inside the environment? So historically, for those who don't know, let's add a little context to Respawn. Respawn has had a bad time when it comes to breaches and hackers in the past. For those who don't know, I don't remember how many years ago, but there was the Save Titanfall breach and hack. It's what we call hacktivism. They did it in an attempt to save the online Titanfall gaming presence. Some people breached the Respawn and they wanted access to source code to finish the project so they could run their own Titanfall servers. Not good. Basically, anytime you logged in Apex Legends at the time, you would receive a notice saying, "Hey, please repost." After every game you left, it'd say, "Hey, please repost save Titanfall 1." And it was a massive issue. Respawn eventually cleaned it up, and then I think I think that stemmed from earlier that year. They suffered a heavy DDoS attack, a distributed denial of service attack, which is where you send a massive flow of packets to a server to overload the server, and so it just shuts down. It can't do anything. You basically make it kaput. And so they've had many issues in the past contextually with dealing with bad actors and malicious actors. So I think it's easier to say and to point that this is a respawn only issue and not an easy anti cheat issue. The easy anti cheat thing, if it's on easy anti cheat, why have we not seen more hacks coming up from like things, massive games that have anti cheat like Fortnite? The second is the timing. Why do it at ALGS? And why only give it to two main massive pros? It's what we like to call hacktivism. So there's three main reasons to hack. You have financial motivation, hacktivism, or generally stealing of intellectual property. I want to interject real quick. Yes, some people just like to see the world burn. Some people like to breach just to say that they can breach. It happens, but those are the main reasons that sophisticated attackers, APTs, things of that nature, mainly do that kind of stuff. But yes, some people just like to see the world burn. So those are like the three main reasons. If you have remote code execution and you are financially motivated, generally the way to go is to drop ransomware and encrypt the entire environment and then ask a ransom, say, hey, give me Bitcoin to this wallet over here. And that's the main thing people do for ransom. Now, for those of you who are in the space, Lockbit did just get absolutely pwned recently by Europool. So congrats. We're seeing less of them. But it's still out there and ransomware still exists. And if your security posture and environment is bad, like we've seen at Respawn, they have been breached a multitude of times, then they're a good target, right? So with not seeing ransomware or stealing of intellectual property from Apex, the main thing that comes to my mind is hacktivism. These people are doing it because there's been a lot of statements that Apex is in a bad spot, Apex is being poorly run, yada yada. The new statements of $700 heirlooms, XYZ, you name it. So that's what, in my professional opinion, is stating I believe it's hacktivism. With that being said, remote code execution, it is not something to mess around with. You, like I said, you can run arbitrarily any code on any asset that is touching that environment. Are there limitations and caveats to all of that? Yes, absolutely. Don't play Apex Legends. Don't download any updates until they make a Twitter statement of, hey, we've resolved this issue, we've patched it, XYZ. If you are very concerned and you want to be super cautious, don't play any EAC games. Just avoid those for now and wait to hear more news from Respawn and their incident response team. So I hope y'all stay safe out there. If you have questions, put them in the comments below. If you like this kind of content, please hit the like button and subscribe as well. I post some YouTube videos of me gaming and might do more cybersecurity content if you guys like this kind of stuff.